All right, for 18, we need to write an equation of a line passing through two different points in point-slope form. Again, point-slope form is going to be the y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, the form of the equation. All right, so if I have a point, what do I need to figure out for point-slope form? Well, I already have 2 points, so my point is taken care of. I need to figure out slope. I know that I can figure out my slope when I have 2 points by taking y2 minus y1. So 2 minus 3, and it's going to be over x minus x1. So negative 5 minus 3. And I'm going to get 2 minus 3 is negative 1, and negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. A negative divided by a negative always gives me a positive, so 1 over 8 is my slope. Once I have that slope, all I have to do is take either one of these points, and I picked the one that looks the easiest. So what I'm going to do for the video is I'm going to just do it both ways so you can see it both ways, because it all depends on which point you pick. Alright, so if I pick the point 3, 3 to write my equation, I'm going to have y minus y1 of 3 equals m 1 over 8 times x minus x1, which is 3. So that's my first possible answer. If I had used the other point, I'd have y minus 2 equals 1 over 8 times x minus x1. So x minus negative 5 would be plus 5. And that's both of my equations in point slope form. So we have both of our equations in point slope form. So question number 19 wants us to take whichever equation that you came up with. So you only needed one answer, but I showed you both so you could see it both ways. So take either one of those and put it into standard form. So I'm going to take y minus 3 equals 1/8 x minus 3, and I'm going to put that in standard form. So I want to clean up the distributive property. So I've got 1/8 times x is going to be 1/8x. And then what's 1 over 8 times negative 3? Well, 8 won't cross cancel into the 3. So I can't cross cancel before I multiply. So I know that 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. And 8 times the 1 that's imagined under that 3 is going to be 8. And again, in standard form, I know that there are no fractions. So I'm going to multiply both sides of my equation by 8. 8 times y gives me 8y. 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. In this case, 8 will cross cancel when I multiply the 8th times the 1/8. So 8 will go into 8 one time. 1 times 1 is going to give me 1x. And then again, 8 will cross cancel when I multiply it times 3 over 8. 8 goes into 8 one time. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. So that leaves me with 8y minus 24 equals x minus 3. And in standard form, I've got to get my x's to the left-hand side with my y's, so I'm going to subtract x on both sides. And I know that any number without an x or y has to be on the right-hand side, so I'm going to add 24 to each side. And what that leaves me with is negative x plus 8y equals 24. And technically, like before, you can't have a negative in front of the x for standard form, but I will take it this way. All you would do is change the signs to get rid of that negative sign. So that is the same thing as x minus 8y equals negative 24. I will take it either way. All right. All you do for, if you had picked this for the second option, the y minus 2 equals 1/8 x plus 5 option, if you had done that one instead, you're going to follow the same exact process you did transforming the first equation into standard form. So I'm not going to show it, for time's sake for the video, all over again. So for number 19, what we want to do is get that into slope-intercept form. So let me get the equation from 19 into slope-intercept form. And what we got for that one was negative x plus 8y equals 24. So to get it in slope-intercept form, I have to get y by itself. So I'm going to add x on each side. And that gives me 8y equals x plus 24. And then to get y by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by 8. So y equals 1 over 8x plus 24 divided by 8, and that gives me 3. So that is my equation in slope-intercept form. And you do the same exact process if you had picked the other equation in your point-slope form problem. So for time's sake, I'm not going to show it to you twice, but the process is exactly the same.